Hello everyone, my name is Christian. Welcome to my hobby blog. Today we are doing day 3 of Spooktober. So 31 days of horror films, supernatural movies, spooky movies, just really anything that can fit into the month of October, which is when October or Halloween happens. So we are on to the third film of the month. And this one was a Shaw Brothers film that I have been wanting to watch ever since it got announced. It has a really sick slipcover. It's directed by Chung Sun, who is somebody who I don't really recognize the name of. But reading the essays that were attached to this to this release by 88 Films, I found out that he was also the director of 3 of the Bruce Lee films. I think Game of Death, Enter the Dragon. I assume it's the later ones that Bruce Lee had done, but this one is from 1982, and it is the film The Human Lanterns, which, again, awesome cover. I really enjoy the color on the slipcover. I enjoy the composition. I love everything about this. I want a poster of it, which it comes with a poster, so I will need to hang it up. I need to frame it and then hang it because it is absolutely breathtaking looking. Basically, the story can be summed up into just one sentence, which I will read on the back. Amidst a long-held rivalry between two distinguished gentlemen is an unbalanced and aggrieved craftsman of lanterns who seeks bloody retribution. And my initial reaction to this movie was I thought it was just okay. It was pretty good. I gave it a 3 stars on Letterboxd because I was like, it was good. I really enjoyed it. I just felt like there was just way too much going on. And reading the essay that was written by, what's his name? And of course I can't find it. Barry Forshaw, a new writer in the, I guess, 88 Films repertoire, where, I guess different than most of the authors I'm used to, but, this essay was basically all about that, all about how there is a lot of stuff going on in this movie. This is a horror film, also a martial arts film, also a supernatural film, and also a period epic. It's all of those things. And there's a lot of great sequences in this movie that are completely bathed in red gel light and also blue light, which is a very common sort of technique in giallo or even just Italian horror films like Mario Bava. It has all of that, and it's also a martial arts film because this is a Shaw Brothers film from 1982, and there's a lot going on, and there are a lot of characters. There's a lot of political intrigue going on surrounding the Lantern Festival, where our two kind of opposing forces, because there really is no protagonist in this movie. There's nobody worth cheering for, which is fine. One of my big things I like when watching movies and reading books is a character with great development throughout the story. And this movie doesn't really have that. These characters stay about the same from beginning to end. They have awesome fights throughout. There's apparently the cut that I saw was the original uncut version because the version of the film that was released after it was finished was one that took out all of the horror sort of sequences, and that involves a crazed masked man with that awesome mask up front here. He is making his lanterns out of human skin, and we get to see him skinning women, naked women, down from head to toe and making lanterns out of it. And he holds up the flaps of skin and he's wiggling it. There's one point of the film where he skins somebody and they have a mole, and he says, "Oh my gosh, I must have this mole be sort of the centerpiece for my lantern." And there's a lot going on in this movie, and it's very slightly interesting. I don't want to say it's average, because I did give it a 3.5. After reading the essay, once I kind of realized that's kind of the point of the movie, is that it's a whole lot of genres, it's a whole lot of different films, and it's really hard to pin down really anything. And the author that wrote the essay in this release, he was basically like, just let it wash over you. And I wish I had read that before, because I was really trying to keep up with the movie. Sort of like in some of my favorite Shaw Brothers, like The Crippled Avengers. That's a very straightforward revenge story. And along with the Shaolin Masters, I believe. It's movie 3, maybe, of the Shaw Brothers box set, which is hiding behind the Blackpink album. But yeah, this movie is very complicated. I don't want to say needlessly complicated, because there's a little something for everybody, literally. There's a whole lot of romance, too, going on. We have sequences of dancing. We have the supernatural coming in. We have a slasher movie happening at the same time. There's a whole lot going on, and this movie was kind of exhausting to watch. I had to take breaks. I had to pause it. I had to get up and just grab a drink. Like, I had to pause multiple times throughout this watch. And overall, I enjoyed it. I did not look at the interviews or the audio commentary, but I did read the essay all about this movie, and it basically just said what I was feeling. It kind of confirmed what my gut instinct was about this movie, which was they just threw in a lot of stuff in to appeal to everybody. And this was an early attempt by Shaw Brothers to do horror films. The author mentions a few earlier horror films that Shaw Brothers did, but this one was sort of the big success. So I enjoyed it a lot. I think it's interesting. I think a rewatch is going to be a lot more rewarding for me. This one is an hour and 39 minutes. It doesn't feel that way. It felt more like almost 2 hours. But there is some gore in this movie, so I guess technically we satisfy the 3 B's of what makes a successful cult film. You have blood in this movie, you have breasts in this movie, and you have beasts in this movie. I think it's Joe Bob Briggs said that was the 3 kind of things you have to be a good cult film. And this one satisfies them all. I don't know if it could be considered a cult film, but it's great. I really enjoyed it this watch. Yeah. So that is really it for today. I may watch another movie, rewatch probably, just so I can sort of watch one final movie and then go to bed. So thank you all for watching, and I hope your Spooktober is going as spookily as mine.